Good morning and welcome to Morning Coach today. I am so glad you're with us. It's JB and it's the 22nd. I'm so excited. People, why do you get so excited about 22nd? It's my number. So I have the 22nd as my lucky day. For those of you that are brand new, it's my old football number. It's a number I wore in all my sports. I just love the double deuces, 22. And so I have a lucky day. And so whenever the 22nd rolls around, I know it's going to be a great day. And hey, I'm one of those, let's hedge our bets. Why not have a lucky day, right? Why not start the day going off? This is going to be an amazing day. It's going to be awesome. And it's going to be. We're together. Let's do this thing. Let's get going. Well, we've got our 7 Ps as always. Let's start off our mornings. Very important with the right perspective. Let's set our daily priorities. Get in that in your planner and write down those sacred 6. But just as important, work in that consistency area that we talked about last week. Make sure you're doing those consistent things. Let's focus on improved performance. Let's always have patience. Allow the system to work. Don't go. Stick with it. Keep your posture good. Get those shoulders back. Sometimes we're rolling them forward too much, in the world with the computers we're on. We're going to talk about technology today. Then we want to stay present, stay in the moment, and then persist every day. Just persist. Stick with it, and you're going to get there, right? So we got a great week planned for you. A lot going on. It's a due month, meaning we're still working on our plan. If you're just joining us, don't get overwhelmed. And you can sign up for the onboarding. It'll get an email every day, which is good to kind of take one task at a time. Or you can go in your library and you can find that little area and Morning Coach coaching and find how to get the most out of Morning Coach and do it day by day. If you're like me, sometimes you want to do more than one day. I'm putting them in there also, so that way you can get what you need as you build out this wonderful system, this life-changing system that will change your life. All right, so we're in a due month. We're working to plan. What are our 4 pillars? The Coach Cast, listening in the morning, you know that, working on your planner, doing the companion, taking a picture of the plan, sending it in, and stopping by the community. By the way, with the companion, I just want to make a note. If you want to change your initial plan with it, the onboarding, you have to send us an email, info@morningcoach.com, because this is where the manual comes in. We have to delete that plan and put the new one in because the system's learning about the original plan and working with that data. So you can change it. Just let us know. Either in the circle in the form or email us at info@morningcoach.com. We'll delete the original and put yours in. You can submit it, but then we got to delete the original. Okay? So awesome. This week, what are we doing? Well, we're embracing technology. I know it's one of those things that's scary right now. There's AI out there. There's cryptocurrency. There's a lot of things happening in the technical world. And people are worried. There's a lot of things happening, especially the majority of our group is, we're not spring chickens anymore here at Morning Coach. We've got some younger people, but the majority of us are in that generation that didn't grow up with iPads, right? We didn't grow up with the tablets. And so the technology thing can get a little bit scary. And we're going to get into that today and how you can use it to better your life. Excited about it. I love it. And I actually love technology, but I have a love-hate relationship just as everybody does. But we're going to kill it. Tomorrow, our Coach Cast, we are doing the 4 Agreements, Chapter 5 and 6, getting into that 4th agreement. Really great book if you haven't had a chance to check it out or listen to the last couple Coach Casts last Tuesdays. We're going to get through that, and then next week, just kind of close it out. But what a great book. Chapters 5 and 6 tomorrow. Wednesday, we're going to talk about the guide, using technology to aid you, how we can use it daily and what we can do it with some things. It's our deep day, but we're going to talk about some of the tools that can be used and some of the tools we use here. Tune into that one. Thursday, this is another big one. We're going to talk about Ask JB. I've been getting a lot of questions about the second brain concept that I'm talking about. Second brain is where we keep our notes and where we keep things organized. It's something that I'm building for you within the system. We're going to talk about Google Keep and Google Documents as one for Android. We're going to talk about Apple Notes, Apple Reminders as a second brain concept. And then I'm building some programs for you that are going to help you do that. But we're going to talk about what is that? What is the second brain concept and what does it mean? So Thursday is going to be a big day. Friday, we got understanding new investment opportunities. Talking about how gambling has got so prevalent. We talk about NFTs and cryptocurrency. What are these things? Can we make wealth? Let's talk about it on Friday. Saturday, we got Dr. Paul. awesome. We've been listening to his longevity series. What a great benefit that we have being here at Morning Coach, having a research scientist and an amazing doctor who's traveled the world, worked with the World Health Organization to bring us that type of knowledge. I just love it. That's Saturday. And then Sunday, our spiritual day, we're talking about fellowship and connection with others, something that I'm working really hard here at Morning Coach to make sure we're all doing to continue to press on. So excited today. We got a big week going for you, and we're going to rock and roll this thing. So let's get into it. Hey, by the way, let's take a little break. I'm so excited you're here. This is JB. Listen to Free Morning Coach. Welcome. So glad you're with us. Listen, you want to get ad-free Monday, and then obviously the rest of the week and everything we're doing, join morningcoach.com. We've been doing this for 19 years. You're going to hear about all the amazing things, the new companion that's going on, the new Morning Coach routine. There is just so much life-changing stuff going on. The community of amazing people. This is an opportunity for you to finally find the group of people, find the planning systems, find the structure that you really need. And all you got to do is go over and join morningcoach.com. We make it affordable for everybody. Less than a few cups of coffee, you can be rocking this thing and be with us. So just before you even listen to the rest of this, go over to morningcoach.com, click join now. You can start listening to all the Coach Casts every single day, 365 days of the year. We're with you to get your morning started with energy. So let's do it. Head over to morningcoach.com. Just stop right now, get signed up, and you'll listen to the rest over there. All right, let's do it. Back to the show. All right, it's time to embrace technology. There is new technology going on like crazy. It is really moving fast. And the big thing right now is AI. If you don't know, I've been using AI for almost 3 years now. I was a little bit ahead of the game. I started using what was called Jasper back in the day, and we started using it way before anybody else started using it, and it was great. We were looking at it and going, wow, this could really change things. And if you look at the way things are happening, especially in the art world, this is where it's scary for writers and creators, is that it's got the ability to take a tone and a voice and write and really work with learning. Now, in one way, a lot of people get angry and frustrated with this because they're looking at, where do I fit in? And is it going to take my job away? Is it going to take my ability to work away? You look at the SAG artists that just recently went on strike. One of the big reasons is because they're selling the studio their likeness. Well, their likeness can just create an AI model of them that looks exactly like them, put them in a movie and use them, and they make no revenue. And so it's a big deal, right? It can be a big problem. We hear about deep fakes. You can imagine about it politically. So we can go the negative side of it and go, wow, this could be really negative. And it could be. I mean, let's just be honest. I mean, there's a chance that there, like anything in the world, whether it's a drug that helps people, whether it's some tool that somebody always manipulates it. It just is what it is. There's evil in the world. I force myself to look at the positive and not go that direction. The only time that I'm looking at like kind of the evil side or the way things are working within the system is how can I make sure I'm protected or I benefit as it starts to go that direction. Back in the day when I was, trying to break away from work, we bet on a horse and made a lot of money. It went off at like 92-1 in the Belmont Stakes. The horse's name was Sarava. You can Google. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was crazy. And I said, gosh, I could do this for a living. I was young. I figured I could break away from my career in aerospace and I could gamble. And as I started looking at that and getting into that, there is fixes in horse racing, especially smaller tracks. And I always said, instead of being negative about it, it'd be like, maybe I'd be on the right side of the fix instead of the wrong side of the fix. And that's kind of the way I approach life today, is I look to be on the right side of things. And you know what? For the most part, I am. Do I fall down? Yes, I fall down. But on the most of the time, things do work out. And it goes the same with this computer learning. So, as we got into it and learned more about it, we got 4 systems working with human beings. Obviously, like we just talked about with the companion, we have to have a human involved. If you want to change your plan up at the beginning phases, we've got to do some work to make sure the system works. But it's amazing what computers can do. It's the ability to coach thousands of people and simultaneously, which I would never have the ability to do as a unique individual. So as my philosophies and my work over 19 years is put together, it allows me to reach more people. So I'm excited about it. And understanding where I fit in is I'm going to embrace it. I'm going to use it. I'm going to work to make people's lives better with it. But we've got to understand, where do I fit in with all the stuff that's happening and what is changing out there in the world? And I think this is where a lot of people have issues. Not you. You're a Morning Coach member. You're investing in your life, right? You're investing on learning, investing. And this is where I think, again, not talking about the spring chickens, the young people that are out there, but I'm talking about us that are getting a little older, is that we've got to keep mentally fit and aware. We've got to keep mentally fit and aware. And I think one of the bonuses, and I hate to toot my own horn here, but I think one of the bonuses of being a Morning Coach member is staying up in these areas that are going to change your life. I started podcasting before. If you look back, all the way back to when we started, I had one of the first landing pages on the internet. First ones. I had the first membership, probably the first membership site on the internet. I had the first podcast on the internet. I am ahead of the game in so many things. I was investing in Apple years ago. I was invested in Amazon years ago. We were using AI 3 years ago, talking about it here. Okay, so by listening to Morning Coach, not only are you getting the mental fitness that you need, we kind of call it compound interest for your mind. That used to be our old newsletter. But it's getting you mentally in the game where you're thinking differently, right? And a lot of these things come and go. We'll talk about NFTs on Friday, right? It was this thing that kind of came through, and it's still got an application, but we'll talk about it Friday. And then, you talked about meta universe. The difference, what we do here is we're slow and steady wins the race. Okay, slow and steady wins the race. We're not looking for anything to get rich quick. We're looking for things that are going to impact the world. And more specifically, really take this to heart, more specifically going to impact you. And so what we do here is not only are we giving you the plan and the personal development, the energy and the ideas. I mean, look at the Remarkable 2, for example. My YouTube videos were the first videos on the internet for the YouTube. That's what blew up my YouTube channel. Remarkable 2, I had the first Remarkable before anybody, right? So my point is, you're going to get that information here, and it's why Morning Coach is another reason it's important you tune in. Because we're talking about life systems, we're talking about life-changing things, and we're working together. And I'm not tooting my own horn. Remember, I'm the messenger, not the message. And I think that's really important to understand, that I just make a list of things and we just go, and the energy comes, and you're in the right place at the right time. And remember, I'm a metaphysician first. I believe in that energy. I believe that you're hearing the things you need to hear, and this will change your life. But we've got to understand why we're doing this. We're putting a plan together. It's a productivity system, but then there's all these ancillary benefits of being here, because you're thinking about all this life-changing things that can happen. And remember, I'm trying to get you to say no to more things. That's what we're doing. But it doesn't mean you're not aware of what's going on out there as you're researching. I'm researching health right now. Obviously, that's why Dr. Paul's here. I love him to death. And I'm getting into the ketone world and learning about new things. If you listen to Saturday and Dr. Paul on revolutionary, longevity techniques, why wouldn't you want to learn that to get better? Well, you got it here. And so you just got to listen. And then you got to start to learn. And this is where it gets challenging. Okay. I had somebody quit a couple weeks ago because they couldn't get the planner on the Remarkable 2. And it was really frustrating because it was like they were trying and the team was like, look, just go to Remarkable. You put the app on your computer and they just couldn't get there. They were afraid. They couldn't figure out how to get an application on their Mac. And it was like, wait a minute. Okay. And this is a younger person in their 50s. And what made me frustrated about it is you can't be afraid of tech. You got to do some things, right? And some people are afraid. They're afraid to suck. They're afraid to show that they're not good. And you're not going to be good at many things. Look, we suck at a lot of things. It's funny. I look at Microsoft. Microsoft puts out software, used to, not as much now, but used to at 80%. Terrible. And then they'd fix it as they went. You're going to suck. Things are not going to work. You can't expect perfection. And if you can't get something done, like get the planner on the Remarkable 2, ask for help. And guess what? Once you learn, here's the beauty. Once you learn, you can show somebody else. And I always say learn things to teach them, because then you really, it comes into your heart. But you got to be able to embrace it. It's okay if you don't understand, but don't be afraid of it. Believe me, I get it. I'm at that age. But I'm learning and I'm trying to figure out what is the next thing and what's going on. What are people working on? What's going to change our lives? What's happening medically? What's happening in our professional development? What's happening in our personal development? What's happening in the world today? But you got to allow it in your life. It's one of those things you can't fight it and just go, live out in an ashram somewhere and wear a muumuu every day. It's a part of life. So you either got to get on with it or not, and that's what we're here for. See, that's the other thing that I want to say about Morning Coach I think is so important. We've got support that will not only help you in our world, but go in the community. I mean, we got engineers in there and people that are 100 times smarter than I am. Amazing people that are there to support you and help you along the way, especially in these technical concepts. So don't be afraid of it. It's time to embrace tech. We're going to talk about it this week. We're going to talk about it in different ways. We got to understand it. We got to have communication about it. We got to be able to understand what's happening in the world. And this isn't getting information from the TV. This is getting information from people that care, people that are looking to help you and support you in living your best life. And that's what we're doing. So new tech's here. I mean, it's going to be coming, and it's moving faster than it ever has. I mean, I'm from the generation when computers came out. I'll never forget when the computers came out. Oh, we're not going to have to get off the sofa anymore. It sped up life so fast, it totally changed what everybody was thinking about. But to me, it's been a great thing. I could have never been here with you if I didn't embrace this technology 19 years ago and jump on it before anybody else when I didn't know what I was doing. I had a small laptop and a microphone, and I started out with a telephone. We started with freeconferencecall.com, if you know the story. I didn't know how to do any of this stuff. I still really don't know. I just do it. Because I just embrace it and I do it and I learn. And then my job, and this is what I love so much and why I just want to grow this so big, is because I want to support you. I want to support you with the things that I learn. And that's what I really, really love to do. So let's get out there and have a great week. It's going to be a great start of the week. Let's make sure we're doing our 7 Ps. Let's get that morning routine working where you're taking some time for self-care. You're listening to this CoachCast, doing those 7 Ps. Organize a planner, take a picture, send it into the companion. We're still in beta in the companion, so there's some errors, just like technology is, but it's really cool. By the way, it works with cursive, so we're learning more and more about it, but it's pretty cool. So let's embrace technology. Let's do what we need to do, and let's go have a great day. Okay, I love you. Go do it to it, and I'll see you tomorrow right here on MorningCoach.com.